The Masonic knowledge of the moon, the Coven of Jesus Christ, the Cancerian avatar, and the blood and body of Christ. It takes the moon every 29.5 days to go from one new moon to the next new moon, and from one full moon to the next full moon. It rings like a gong, or an emptied bell, as discovered by NASA when Apollo 12 deliberately crashed its lunar module onto the moon's surface and caused it to ring like a bell for almost an hour, a phenomenon which can only be explained if it was hollow like a bell. Though it lacks its own magnetic field, the moon is magnetized due to permanently magnetized material in its upper crust and has a direct causal relationship to tidal waves on Earth. As the moon is tidal locked with Earth, it is said that the moon rules over the bodies of water on Earth's surface and including within our bodies, as its gravitational pull generates tidal force, which causes Earth and its water to bulge on the side furthest and closest to the moon. Where the water bulges, there is high tide, and where there is no pull or bulge, it is low tide. This same phenomenon on Earth occurs anatomically on new and full moons in our bodies, specifically the menstrual cycles, which match the moon's 29.5-day cycles, and the mood, as there is a correlation with human behavior matching the moon's, seen in insomnia due to melatonin levels induced by the moon, or when people experience insanity or lunacy. In fact, we start to experience and observe these effects exactly 13.33 times within 1 year, as the moon finishes one full orbit around the Earth every 27.29 days, and the 365 days of the year divided by 27.29 equals 13.33, and 13 makes a coven, the number of which made up the Coven of Jesus Christ with him and his 12 disciples, the number of main joints in the body, and number of menstrual cycles experienced by women, and 33, the number of vertebrae in the spine, and steps in the Masonic degrees. This relationship the moon has with water, the water within our bodies, and our bodies itself through our 33 vertebrae, 13 joints, women's 13 menstrual cycles in 1 year, are all reflected and celebrated every Sunday at Mass through this. Look familiar? It is not the moon, but rather the body of Christ, the Eucharist, served alongside the watery wine or blood of Christ, the Christos. The etymology of the word Eucharist comes from the ancient Greek word eu, meaning well, and charis, meaning life, grace, and beauty. Together, they mean good life and are represented through this wafer, the bread or body of Christ, inspired by this passage in the Holy Bible from the Last Supper. As they ate, Jesus took the bread and blessed it and broke it and gave it to his disciple. He said to them, "This is my body, eat it." Then, taking the cup of wine, he gave thanks to the Father. He entered into covenant with them, saying, "This is my blood." Matthew 26:26-30. The moon, the charis, or life and body, the water it rolls over, the holy anointment of water and blood, or Christos. This holy anointment of Christos has itself its own shared Sanskrit etymology and origin as the word Krishna, and both Christ consciousness and Krishna consciousness relate to Kundalini energy that lies coiled 3.5 times at the base of our spine, where it rises in an upward climb to the head to reach the highest enlightenment, which both Christ consciousness and Krishna consciousness represent, that is, entering the covenant with God our Father. Even the Lord's Prayer, Our Father, is a retelling of the journey to Him, as each one of the sentences relates to one of the chakras our earthbound consciousness must take to meet Him. In a future Occult Secrets Revealed, we will explore exactly how the Lord's Prayer reflects the 7 stations of the chakra journey toward Christ consciousness. A journey that is activated 13 times in 1 year, and every year through the 13 lunar activations of this Christ consciousness upon every new and full moon. This Christ consciousness moves through the body, or Kadis, upon the activations of the moon, or Eucharist, and travels from the coccyx to the brain, and from there, the whole Kadis body, through the 13 joints. In 2024, these are the following 13 new moon Christ consciousness activation dates, and the one occurring in the sign the moon rules, Cancer, is August 4th, while the 2024 13 full moon Christ consciousness activation dates are the following, with none occurring in the sign of Libra, but rather 2 back-to-back full moons in Virgo in the spring, and 2 back-to-back full moons in Pisces in the fall, exactly where 2 totally rare total solar eclipses occurred. This knowing comes first and foremost through the investigations of astronomy and the esoteric understanding of the heavens by way of astrology. Now ask yourself, why would modern-day astrology not tell you this? Because these astronomical observations of the moon are based on observed scientific evidence and proofs that no earthly telescope or human eye of reason can disprove. Why would modern astrology not incorporate into its teaching the greatest revelations of all given to mankind to achieve their perfection through Christ and Christ consciousness? The reason is because they do not want you to look up or within. They want to keep you blind to the truths and mute and dumb to who you yourself truly are. Modern-day astrologers and their 12 signs do not respect the scientific investigations that birthed it to begin with, that of astronomy. However, neither does sidereal astrology, because all it does is simply divide the 360-degree pi of the zodiac by 13. Likewise, Vedic astrology. If you yourself were to track the sun, which is what a zodiac is, a zodiac tracks the sun, you would observe yourself with scientific evidence and proof that no earthly telescope, and especially your own human eye of reason and sense of vision, would see that the sun indeed visits 13, but each one is wildly varied. For example, Virgo, which the sun visits a whopping 44 days, an important master number, while Scorpio, just 6. And the dates the sun transits Cancer, whose symbol of the 2 spiraling 6s symbolizes this teaching of cycles, as in the moon cycles, the sun cycles, both of which are central to the activation of Christ consciousness, are July 20th through August 9th. In 2024, the new moon activation of this Christ consciousness is on Sunday, August 4th, the day this exact secret and forbidden teaching and knowledge of the Eucharist, the moon, the bread, and Christos, the water, the blood, both of Christ Himself, are celebrated. But instead of going to church to be given the lies and hypnotized by fallacies, read the Bible alone, by yourself, at home. Read the passage of Matthew 26 through 30, and in silent stillness with your eyes closed in meditation, actually, physically, activate the Christ consciousness and awaken yourself to your true highest power, which is all that Christ ever wanted of you, all of which signifies the truth of the Cancerian avatar. So, how does it feel to know the true meaning of the Eucharist, the moon, Cancer, the truth of the body and blood of Christ? That the Eucharist is the moon, who has direct causal and correlated effects on our bodies, within our bodies, and moods. That the traditional zodiacs of the tropical, sidereal, and Vedic are actively lying to you about the astronomical basis of their investigations, of which, let's be honest, there is none. That only my zodiac, the Adonisian zodiac and Adonisian astrological treatment of astronomy, and I say this humbly because I give total thanks to the Christian God, who rewarded me for my committed and abiding investigations of His heavens and His Son and our Redeemer, Christ, for all these truths. I truly only desire to help you and help build up a community of true astrological astronomers, thinkers, and practitioners as a Christian value. So, how does it feel to know these truths, which are at their core of a deep and abiding love of God, for God, and His truths? That these are the occult secrets revealed of the mysterious works of God. If you would like help in doing just that, and knowing exactly how to meditate to actively spark the Christ consciousness in you, consider joining the Occult Secrets Revealed Chakra Activation and Kundalini Purification Journey for just $4.99 a month. There is no better time to do so than now, upon this new moon, as new moons open new doors, and by the end of your journey in 7 months, following each one of the 7 moons, you will feel the true revelation of Christ in you and above you. Again, a teaching revealed in the mirroring quality of the symbol for Cancer. If you desire more than this and would like to have your own most personalized and divine occult secrets revealed of the mysterious works of God in you, book your report and have the 13 sun palaces shown and their meaning explained to you, along with a complete numerology portion. With a combination of the 13 joint chart, which reveals your own personal avatar in the heavens and higher self, your numbers, your solar palaces, and chakras all revealed, you can do more than imagine what it feels like to be at one with God. You can awaken and integrate the Christ consciousness in you and experience the transformation of the resurrection from the old you to the new you, but better yet, the true you. If I have helped in any way, please consider a generous super thanks. Any help really goes a long way for this one-man production. And until next time, trust and believe that it is okay to be you, the most beautiful you there ever was, there is, and that there ever will be, because you are not a story that can be told twice, and there will never again be a stage for you to perform, but this one, right here, right now. So be you, the most beautiful you.